All right, guys, it's me, Brandon Green, owner of Gold Element Autoworks. I'm back at it again. This is the SL55, the one that I used to own that I sold to my buddy. So he wants me to do a couple upgrades to it. We're going to do a couple add-ons here. He bought the carbon fiber front lip that goes up under that front bumper. It's going to give it such a nice look, especially on this silver. It'll stand out. Of course, I've considered doing that to the black. It won't stand out as much when it comes to contrast and color, but just that added lip always adds to that front bumper. It gives it an overall nice appearance. Almost gives it a more sporty, even lowered appearance, like a body kit, you know? So I'll probably likely do that to mine, but I'm gonna do it to this one first. I have it right here in a box. There you go. Also, we're gonna do the I'm saying we, like it's just me doing all the work, by the way. It's just me. He just drops the stuff off and drops the car off, and I do all the work because I'm Brandon Green. Anyways, all right, so I also have here the mirrors. Those are just resonators from my SL55 from the black one that I took off. But anyways, these mirrors right here, these are the carbon fiber mirrors, the covers. This outer shell right here, I'm about to swap that out too. So we're gonna have the carbon fiber right there, the front lip. We already have the spoiler. Yeah, carbon fiber really looks good on these cars. It really does. These cars need that, especially the AMGs, because to me, it matches those taillights, you know? That black or tinted design right there really matches the design of the carbon fiber. Anyways, I have that right here too. So a couple carbon fiber touches. It's not, you know, unheard of. A lot of SL owners have done that before. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Same thing. All right, it's gonna be a nice look. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so I'm realizing that in order for me to lift this car up and get this front lip on here, I have to consider that once the lip is on there, the car has to be lowered back down. So the means that I use to raise it, I have to be careful. These ramps right here is what I was considering, but I can't because those ramps will catch the lip once I attach the lip and try to run it off the ramp. Because already the car is lowered, right? Look at it. The car is already lowered. He has the lowering arms or whatever on the ABC suspension still. So the car is already sitting low. Yes, I can raise the car. That would help. But when I try to put these on there, it was already catching. Now, will the car raise enough for me to come off of these ramps without damaging that new lip? I don't know. That's kind of risky. It's kind of risky because this lip will add a few inches to the front. So if it was the regular height, it'd be one thing. But because the car is lowered, it's another thing. I cannot put this jack directly in the middle and run it up under the engine where you have that little jack point with the little rubber square. I can't do that because the jack, even though it's a low profile jack, it will catch that lip. So more than likely I have to raise it on the sides and get it high enough where I can maybe access the full front or just do one side at a time or whatever. I'll figure that out. But before you initiate a project, think about the end result, okay? Let's not just worry about how to start, but worry about how it ends. And make sure that you don't get yourself in a bind where you're stuck. In this case, can't get the car off of a lift or the ramps without damaging the front lip that I just put on. So when you add these accessories, think about the effect that it's going to have, not only on the look of the car, but also the mechanical aspects of the car, the functionality of the car, and the risk that you might increase by adding these accessories. You have to be a little bit more careful now. You have to pay more attention to the curbs and the driveways that you run up on. Here in Cincinnati, our curbs are kind of steep, you know? It depends on really the driveway that you're going up, you know? Anytime you lower these cars, you have to be careful. Shoot, I have to be careful with this thing, but look, it has a lip on it. And I don't even have this car as low as it could go. I want it lower, but I won't because I'll tear this thing up. Look how low it is to the ground. Okay? It's probably just a few inches off the ground, like maybe 3 inches. I don't know. 3 or 4 inches maybe. I don't know. But it's low enough where it catches. I have to go up onto the curbs and driveways at an angle. So it's going to be the same situation here. Now this right here is sitting on coilovers. This is on ABC. And honestly, they're about the same height. This right here has 20s and this has 18s. Once I put a 20-inch wheel on here, it's going to probably sit just like that. So if I'm going to do this lip, I have to consider that. All right. So just little things like that you got to pay attention to. So let me go ahead and jack this thing up, unwrap this front lip. This is a concrete driveway, of course, so I make sure I put something down so it doesn't scratch that up as I am lining it up to the front bumper and begin the attaching process. I'll probably have to drill holes and then run bolts with washers and nuts to secure it. I don't think it's safe to just run screws straight through the bumper. I probably could. I could probably do double. Well, it comes with double-sided tape, but that's not going to do anything. That'll rip right off. Maybe that's just to hold it in place as you run the screws through. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. All right, so here it is. Carbon fiber lip. Looks good. It is real carbon fiber. This woven carbon fiber right here is what I have on mine as well. The underside of my front lip looks just like this. That's a fiber. I'm sorry, I said carbon fiber. I meant fiberglass. That's a fiberglass body kit that I have over there. So this indicates that this is fiberglass with a carbon fiber outer build or make or whatever. Construction, I guess. All right, looks good though. I like that. Fiberglass, carbon fiber. Fiberglass, carbon fiber. All right, I like it. I like it. Yeah, so being that it's fiberglass, is very light, but it's also fragile. So these things can crack easily. I'm just telling you that right now. Mine, they get like these like fracture or like tension cracks if you're not careful. When you run holes through them, you can't just run a screw through these right here. You have to drill the hole first and then run the screw through. So you will crack and split these things if you do it incorrectly. Just know that. All right. So drill a hole first. Take your time when you're attaching this. I usually use a Dremel or some type of Dremel bit to make sure that that's done properly. Don't rush. Don't rush. Take your time. It's not worth the damage and the stress. All right, guys. So this is what I have going on here. I'm almost done. I ran a screw and washer combination on the ends to hold it up. I use these blocks right here to hold up the center of this as I connected the ends first. And then I drilled those holes. I use a Dremel tool. I ran holes through this first before I even attached it, right? I spread them out, measured them out like around here, 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 and then the end, okay? So I ran a bolt, a tapered screw here and on the far ends. And then between here and here, I ran bolts with nuts and washers. So it's going to be secure. It's going to take a lot of force to pull this down. I don't think that'll be an issue. I think more or less you'd have to just worry about the scraping and the cracking. You don't want it to crack. You got to be careful how you dry this thing after this. This definitely drops it down about 2.5, 3 inches in the front. So know that it looks really good though, but just know that you have less clearance in the front. So I'm almost done with this project. Just take your time and make sure you measure everything. Make sure it's even on both sides and looking down at it, it's even, you know. Make sure it looks good. Make sure it's even. But definitely looks good. But just make sure that it's even and it's secured properly. All right. All right, so here it goes. Here goes the end result. Looks good, right? Now, I got to do that to mine because I feel like mine is missing something now. Look at it. That's crazy. That's crazy. It matches perfectly, of course, the spoiler. So let's look at it from this angle. See that? Boom, 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 boom. Perfect. Goodness gracious. That is sexy. Sexy. Okay, and just so that you know, my intention today was to not only put this front lip on here, the carbon fiber, but also to put the carbon fiber mirror covers, as I mentioned earlier in the videos. But guess what? The ones that came fit this year, 2000 through 03. This is an 04. These mirrors are not the same. The shape is not the same. The LED, the light is not the same. That's the most obvious. Look at it real close. You see that? You see that? Now look at this one. See that? See that? Also look how much thinner this one is versus this one. Now the 02 through 03 also shared the same mirrors with the CLK and the SLK. Not the case with this one. So the ones that were ordered, now they came from China and it said 02 through 05, but the manufacturer has that incorrect. It's 02 through 03. In 04, they changed it. This is a 04. It does not fit. So keep that in mind, guys. Make sure that you clarify what year you have and know that the manufacturer, it being a Chinese company, might not really understand the difference. So you have to know your car better than the aftermarket supplier, okay? Just keep that in mind. These mirrors are different. And so take that into consideration. Know what year you have and know the difference.